On April 26, 1986, a catastrophic failure at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Soviet Ukraine unleashed a disaster of planetary scale. In the dead of night, a routine safety test spiraled out of control, setting off a chain of events that would change the world forever. A flawed reactor design, combined with unprepared and exhausted staff, triggered a massive explosion and fire at Reactor 4. The blast tore through the building, sending a radioactive plume high into the atmosphere and spreading contamination across Europe, far beyond the Soviet borders. In the days that followed, Soviet authorities responded by creating the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, a territory the size of Luxembourg. Over 116,000 people were evacuated from Pripyat and dozens of nearby villages, forced to leave behind their homes, belongings, and memories in a matter of hours. The zone became a forbidden land, sealed off from the world and left as a stark, haunting monument to nuclear catastrophe. Barbed wire and warning signs marked the new boundary between the living and the lost. The immediate aftermath was chaos and suffering. First responders, many unaware of the true danger, battled invisible radiation with little protection. Their bravery saved countless lives, but many paid the ultimate price. The environment suffered swift devastation. A pine forest near the reactor absorbed so much radiation that its needles turned a ghastly red-brown, creating the infamous Red Forest, a toxic graveyard visible from the sky. Local fauna and flora were decimated. Many animal populations experienced reproductive failures, high mortality, and strange mutations. The land itself seemed poisoned, stripped of life and hope. The world assumed this poisoned land would remain a barren wasteland for centuries, a permanent scar on the face of the earth, a place where nothing could ever thrive again. Pripyat, once a model Soviet city bustling with life, was frozen in time. School books lay open on desks, toys were left scattered in playgrounds, and the Ferris wheel stood rusting in silence, never to spin again. The exclusion zone became a ghost world, a somber reminder of humanity's capacity for self-destruction and the fragility of civilization in the face of technological failure. Yet, from this emptiness, something unexpected began to emerge. Nature, undeterred by radiation and human absence, slowly started to reclaim the void, hinting at resilience even in the shadow of catastrophe. Decades after the disaster, Chernobyl's reputation as a lifeless desert began to unravel. What was once seen as a symbol of devastation slowly revealed a different story, one of unexpected renewal and hope. Scientists found the exclusion zone teeming with life, transformed by the absence of humans into one of Europe's largest accidental nature reserves. The land, left untouched for decades, became a sanctuary for countless species. Forests reclaimed towns, wildflowers burst through cracked pavement, and Soviet concrete was swallowed by green. Nature, it seemed, was eager to take back what was once lost. Motion-activated cameras revealed a resurgence of wildlife, including species rare elsewhere in Europe. Animals that had vanished from other regions found a haven here, away from roads and hunters. Large mammals like European bison and Eurasian lynx returned, thriving in the absence of human interference. These creatures, once threatened, now roam freely across the landscape. Moose, roe deer, and wild boar flourished, their populations rebounding in this human-free landscape. The exclusion zone became a rare refuge where animals could live and breed undisturbed. The paradox: a radioactive environment became a refuge for biodiversity. Despite the dangers, life found a way to adapt and even thrive. Radiation remains dangerous, but for many species, the removal of humans proved even more beneficial. The absence of farming, industry, and urban sprawl allowed ecosystems to recover in surprising ways. The zone became a living laboratory, offering lessons about nature's resilience and our impact on the wild. Researchers continue to study how life adapts and flourishes in this unique environment. Chernobyl stands as proof that when humanity steps aside, life can return with astonishing force. The ruins of the past now shelter a vibrant living future. The exclusion zone is now a testament to nature's unexpected comeback, reminding us of the enduring power of the wild. Nowhere is Chernobyl's wild resurgence clearer than in its apex predators. Gray wolves, once persecuted, now thrive. Wolf density in the zone is up to 7 times higher than in surrounding areas. Wolves regulate herbivore populations, allowing forests to regenerate and supporting a diverse ecosystem. Their howls, once rare, now echo through the zone, signaling a restored natural order. Brown bears, absent for over a century, have also returned, drawn by abundant food and the lack of humans. GPS-collared studies show both wolves and bears roam the entire zone, even in radioactive hotspots. Their flourishing population suggests that for large animals, human absence is a greater relief than the threat of radiation. Chernobyl's top predators reveal that wildlife can rebound powerfully when left undisturbed. Among Chernobyl's most remarkable stories is the comeback of the Przewalski's horse, the last truly wild horse on Earth. Extinct in the wild by the mid-20th century, these horses were reintroduced to the zone in 1998. The abandoned landscape provided ideal habitat, and the horses adapted quickly, grazing in overgrown meadows. Today, over 200 Przewalski's horses roam the zone, forming self-sustaining herds. Their success is a major conservation victory, showing that rewilding can work even in unlikely places. These ancient horses have become icons of the zone's rebirth, thriving where humans once failed. Their presence adds a new layer of wonder to Chernobyl's evolving ecosystem. When residents fled Chernobyl, they left their pets behind, especially dogs. For decades, thousands of feral dogs have survived in the zone, forming a unique population descended from abandoned pets. These dogs live in packs, adapting to harsh winters, food scarcity and radiation. They cluster near the power plant and checkpoints, relying on scraps from workers and visitors. Humanitarian groups provide care and manage their numbers, while scientists study them for insights into long-term radiation exposure. The dogs offer a rare opportunity to examine how a single mammal species copes with chronic contamination. Each dog is a living link to the lost community of Pripyat, embodying both resilience and the legacy of disaster. Their survival is a poignant symbol of adaptation in a hazardous world. Are Chernobyl's dogs evolving to survive radiation? A 2023 study found genetic differences between dogs near the reactor and those farther away, hinting at possible adaptation. Researchers identified hundreds of distinct genome regions, suggesting some dogs may be better suited to the radioactive environment. However, a 2024 study found no clear evidence of radiation-driven mutations, challenging the idea of rapid evolution. The debate highlights the complexity of radioecology and genetics. While the dogs are genetically distinct, it's unclear if this is due to adaptation or simply isolation and founder effects. The Chernobyl dogs remain a living experiment, offering clues about how mammals might respond to environmental stress. The search for answers continues, with implications for both wildlife and humans. While dramatic evolution in large mammals is debated, subtle adaptations are emerging in Chernobyl's wildlife. These changes are often difficult to observe but are crucial for survival in such a harsh environment. Eastern tree frogs in the zone are often black instead of green, a change linked to higher melanin which may protect against radiation. This adaptation is a fascinating example of how life can adjust to extreme conditions. This suggests natural selection is favoring darker frogs in contaminated areas. The darker pigmentation could be a crucial factor in their survival and reproduction. Fungi inside Reactor 4 have evolved to harness radiation for growth, a phenomenon called radiotrophy. This unique adaptation allows them to thrive where most other life forms would perish. Not all species are thriving. Barn swallows show higher mutation rates and physical abnormalities in the most contaminated zones. These mutations can affect their ability to survive and reproduce. Adaptation in Chernobyl is complex. Some species benefit, others suffer. The environment is a patchwork of success and struggle, with each species responding differently to the radiation. For many large mammals, behavioral adaptation, simply living without humans, may be the biggest advantage. The absence of human activity has allowed these animals to roam freely and establish new territories. The zone is a mosaic. Some life forms struggle, some thrive, and some change in ways we're only beginning to understand. Each species tells a different story of adaptation and survival. Chernobyl's wildlife offers a window into evolution under extreme stress. The adaptations observed here could provide insights into how life might endure in other extreme environments. The story is still unfolding. As time goes on, we will continue to learn more about how life adapts and evolves in the face of such unprecedented challenges. Chernobyl is a unique living laboratory, but research here is fraught with challenges. Scientists face contamination risks, strict safety protocols, and the difficulty of tracking wildlife in a vast, overgrown landscape. The COVID-19 pandemic halted fieldwork, and the 2022 saun and nauensans, hurricane screws, pafondaan in varntwain veestans, or jontrain bin broadshaw, brought war to the zone, stopping research entirely. Equipment was lost or damaged, and long-term monitoring projects were interrupted, creating gaps in crucial data. With fieldwork on hold, researchers now analyze existing datasets, collaborating remotely to extract new insights. The future of on-the-ground research is uncertain, but the work continues. Chernobyl's lessons are vital for understanding resilience, nuclear safety, and environmental recovery. The determination of scientists ensures the zone's story is not forgotten. Chernobyl's wild comeback is a paradoxical lesson in resilience. From disaster emerged a vibrant wilderness, showing nature's power to heal when human pressure disappears. Wolves, bears, bison, and horses thrive, challenging our assumptions about what wildlife needs to survive. The zone is not pristine. Radiation's dangers remain, but it's a living testament to life's stubborn force. Chernobyl forces us to confront the true impact of our presence on the environment. Even after catastrophe, nature can recover, if given space. The silent streets of Pripyat and the thriving forests are monuments to both human failure and nature's strength. Chernobyl reminds us, we are only one part of a vast, resilient web of life.